Yeah, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, we got an unboxing. This is just going to be an unboxing. This is my birthday purchase from Midway. MidwayUSA.com. Oh, there's my girl Juju. What you doing, sweetie? Eh? Wanna come over here and say hi? Come over here. What you doing? There you go. That's Juno. That's my girl. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do the unboxing on this one. In my pocket today is Saturday the 10th. Saturday the 10th, the day before Super Bowl. San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, the battle of the quarterbacks. That's what's done my unboxing day. This is the big purple haze. All right. Oh, let me show you guys. Coming from Midway, USA. Let's go ahead and see what this is. Ooh, Cold Steels. It's my, once a year purchase. My sale purchase I can get. When you're registered with Midway. When it's your birthday, when it's around your birthday time, for like I don't know what it is, like a 2-week period or 10-day period or something like that. They give you with, before and after your birthday to be able to make a purchase for yourself at a big discount. And they call it the birthday discount. So that's what this is. But here again, this is my original Recon ones, one of the first ones I ever bought. This is an Oz 8. It's been totally polished. It was originally a Tough X. Yes, even that's a polished cog ring from Snaggletooth MF, Robert Snaggletooth. He sent me one without any finish on it, so I can go ahead and polish all the way out. That's what they look like if you were to polish it. These purple G10 handle scales came off of eBay. Absolutely loving them. The polished Snaggletooth came from Rob also. One of my favorite knives, people. One of my favorite knives. It's weekend time, so it's motorcycle time, so I got a motorcycle knife in my pocket. It's not a work day for me. Work days, that's why I carry my fun blades. The ones that open and close easily. Ooh. Let me see, what am I looking at? I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's just sitting there opening up stuff. SRK, ORG, orange, grip, SK5, black blade. Let you guys see that. Let me close this back up for you so you can see it. All right. I'm sorry about that, people. Just getting ahead of myself. There's a sheath. Here's the blade. I have wanted one of these, people, for a long time. And with this discount, this is a 6-inch model. I got it for the same price that they put the 5-inch model on. Sell for it at $29.99. $29 for this knife, people. It's usually like about $34 knife. It's not too much more expensive at Midway. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. And this is not going to be any kind of collector or anything like that. This is going straight to work. The next video you guys see me do with this one, it will be doing some wood splitting. I got this one to do wood splitting with, people. Woo, look how sharp that is. Oh yeah. And y'all know I like orange for outdoors knife. I didn't get this to be like a combat knife or something like that. I got it to be an outdoorsman's knife. And the reason why I like orange for outdoorsman's knives, I'm gonna move these boxes out the way, people. The reason why I like orange for outdoorsman's knives, people, is because if you drop your knife or something like that, it makes it a whole lot easier to find if the knife is orange. And this one, got a double unboxing. SRK Orange Grip 3V Satin Blade. And I got this one for $99.99. $99.99 with my birthday discount. Another orange sheet looks just like this one. The handles look exactly the same. I know the blade finish and steel is different. That's what's different. Other than that, I expect it to be, yeah, exactly the same. I think that one's the same type of grind too. We'll find out here. Let me see. Coming from Midway, USA, people. Well, there it is there. Let's see how sharp this one is. Oh, just like the other one. Razor. Razor. All right. Let's move this box out the way too. And this one's going to be easier too, people. And I got both of these to compare with each other. Because this one was $99.99 and this one was $29.99. The only difference really is the blade steel. This one's powdered CPM powdered 3V steel. Semi-stainless. Sort of like, you know, like as far as like the stainlessness of it, it's sort of like a D2. Maybe a little bit less resistant than a D2. But, you know, these are known for, you know, like staining but not rotting. The steel doesn't rot, doesn't pit. This one is SK5, which is like the Japanese equivalent, from my understanding, of 1085. It's a high carbon steel. You know, similar to 1095, similar to 1075 or 1080. So it's like in that range. Both of them looks like they have the identical blade stock. The blade grinds look exactly the same. This one is a hollow grind. That's a hollow grind. This one's a flat grind. A saber flat grind. Let me get June off the table, people there. Now say hi to everybody, sweetie. Go ahead and say hi to everybody. You gotta get down though. You gotta get down though, okay? Huh? That's my girl. Love you, kiddo. That's my sweetie. That's my sweetie. All right. The sheaths are the same. This one came with this sheath. Let's double check that just to make sure I'm telling you the truth. To me, the sheaths look like they're the same. Nice tight fit. No rattle at all. I really like the way this sheath fits. It's kind of hard to draw. Same type fit. No rattle at all. Same kind of hard to draw. Make sure these sheaths are the same. Same tight fit. Yeah, this thing. It feels exactly the same. Hard to draw again. You wouldn't lose this knife, people, if you didn't have it totally fastened up. Oh, yeah. These are sweet, people. Oh, yeah. Cheetos Orange. Well, let's bring my old one in here, too. That's my old one. This one's a San Mai. This is the San Mai version. It's a hollow ground one. It's the reason why I never really use it, because it's hollow ground. And, the only thing I really use my big knives for, other than being self-defense folders, which means that they never really get used, I hope, ever. But, is for like wood crafting type stuff. And I like to use saber flat grinds or full flat grinds for that. I'm not really like a fan of using a hollow ground knife, especially like a saber hollow ground with a deep hollow ground, because that thins out the edge, which is cool for like if you're doing something like hunting, or like you're skinning out animals or cleaning game or something like that. But for wood crafting, where it's a little bit tougher on the edge, especially if you accidentally torque the edge the wrong way or move something the wrong way, it can tweak the put a strain on the edge, and it can snap the edge, chip the edge out. So I prefer not to use like hollow grinds for wood crafting type stuff. That's why you guys don't see me do wood crafting with hollow grinds. It's always the knives I always try to use are the flat ground knives. But this one, made in what does it say? San Mai, Taiwan. I know it's a VG10 San Mai. It's not the VG1, it's VG10, and it's from the old Cold Steel Company. Made in Taiwan. We're gonna do the measurements on these. I'm gonna set the sheaths aside, people. Woo, this is hard to get out. There we go. This one is SK5 Taiwan. SK5 Taiwan. This one CPM3V Taiwan. CPM3V Taiwan. All three of these knives are made in Taiwan. Beautiful knives. All three of them, to me, I think are excellent knives. Especially this one, even though it's a hollow ground knife, for $29.99, if you break it, it's not a big loss. If you chip out the edge, it's not a big loss. And even this one, for the amount that I paid for this one, I think that's a very good price for a wood crafting knife that you're going to be doing like batoning through wood and doing things like that with it. Heavier duty wood task, wood crafting task. I think this is a great value, because most wood crafting knives, as you all know, cost more than that. Especially if you're getting the good ones. Usually it costs twice as much. So this is a 3V steel knife, which is a excellent USA steel. It's excellent steel. But anyway, people, let's wipe these down a little bit. They all got oil on them. We'll take some measurements. The finish on this feels like the Tough X finish, which is the finish that I don't really care for. But on a knife that only costs $29.99, it's okay. It's okay. Especially like a knife like this, a survival knife. That's actually a knife that's capable
of being a survival.
Let's first check out some thicknesses. See if they all got the same size blade blanks. Get zeroed out. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Right, the base, right where the handle meets the steel meets the handle. 5.01. 5.01, people. 5.01. So it's just a touch over 5 millimeter, which is what it's supposed to be. It's advertised as being 5 millimeters. SK5, that was 3V. SK5. 5.09. 5.09. 5.09. You know, I would expect this one to be a little bit thicker because it's got a finish on it. The Tough X finish, that's probably what's making the thickness of the steel a little bit different. This one, let me zero back out. Okay, here we go. This is Sami. 4.93. So this one's got the thinnest blank out of all of them. 4.93. 4.93. The Sami steel one. And that Sami means it's got a VG10 inner core. The outer cores on each side of the VG10 are 420J stainless steel, which is known for being super tough and super rust resistant. I absolutely love the Sami, the cold steel the steel comes from Seiki, Japan. I absolutely love the cold steel Sami steel. I think it makes an awesome blade. All right, people. And back in the day, you know, before they had all the powdered metals, that was a premium steel, the Sami steel. All right. Blade length. 6 inches exactly. 6 inches exactly. 6 inches. And 6 inches exactly. Handle length. 4 3/4. 4 3/4. 4 3/4. Total length. 10 3/4. 10 3/4. 10 3/4. Blade. Let's do the blade width, huh? Let's do the blade width. Do it from the back of the base of the blade tang. We got 1 1/16. No, 1 1/8. 1 1/8. 1 1/8, people. It's just a little bit over 1 1/8. A little bit over 1 1/8, same thing. And this one's right at 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Okay. All right. Weight. Let's see how much they weigh compared to each other. Let's do the oldest one first. Sami, VG10 Sami. 7.7 ounces. 7.7 ounces. Japanese SK5. 7.4 ounces. 7.4 ounces. USA CPM 3V. 7.7. Same as weight as a Sami. That's funny because this one's just as thick. Actually, it was a little bit thicker than this one, just as wide as this one, and wider than this one, and thicker than this one, and weighs the least amount. That's interesting. I've noticed that with a lot of different steels. Some steels seem like they're heavier than other steels for the exact same size blades. especially like when you compare like old cold steels like Oz 8s and CTS 6HP knives or S35VN knives. Lots of times the weights will be different, but it's the exact same blade, exact same shape, size, everything. Same model, everything. All right, people. And that's all I got for these. Next time you will see these, we're going to be doing some wood crafting. This one's going to stick out though. I'm not going to do wood crafting with this one. This one's more my collector SRK. But I got these two to go to work. And this one especially. This one, I expect to be, one of my new knives that I'll keep in my survival packs. That's why I got this one. This one and my Dimco Magna Cut. But I like 3V too, people. And I've been using my 3V knives from Cold Steel. These are my other two 3V knives from Cold Steel. This is the AK-47 field knife made in Italy. And this is the Warcraft 3V made in Italy. But these have been my survival packs, my two survival packs, forever. That's basically what I got them for. But I'm going to alternate them with my Dimco and with this one. That's what I got this one for. I got it to be a survival knife, people. That's what it's supposed to be. It's a Saber flat ground blade, 3V blade. That's a super tough steel, 5mm thick. Blade length is 6 inches long. It's got a swedge that's not sharpened, but it looks like it comes to an edge almost. I don't know how to explain that to you, but I don't know if you guys can see that. If you were to swing that at something, it would still probably cut it. So it's made to be sort of like a fighter also. And you all know I like fighting knives. I think this is a perfect size. 6-inch blade. I like the 7-inch blade fighters too. 7-inch blade one would be a good example of my favorite one. Is my Recon. My Tonto Recon. Same thickness. This is a Sami. VG10 Sami Tonto Recon. I also have the old USA made Carbon V one. But this is the one that stays out. This is the one that gets used. The Carbon V one's a collector. I'm absolutely digging these, people. I think this is probably the best bang for your buck for a survival knife, to tell you the truth. These are always going pretty much all the time at Midway for about 34 bucks. That's a lot of knife for 34 bucks. And it's a good, tough carbon steel. SK5. It's a Japanese, that's their 1095 basically. In Germany, he's got the ADC RV2. In the USA, we got the 1095, 1075. And all the other high carbon steels. There's a whole bunch of them, but like the old school popular ones have been around forever. Is like the 1095, and whether it be high carbon or chromium vanadium. But the new American steel is a 3V, and I love 3V, people. 3V. I've used these knives to do a lot of wood crafting, a lot of batoning and splitting wood and stuff, but these knives are super heavy duty. That's not a hollowed out handle either. That's a solid handle. The only holes in there for the screw holes for that hold on the handle slabs. It's a solid piece of steel. So if you want a tough knife, get one of these. Look at that tip. This thing is what I would call a tank. and compare it in size, it's not that much different in size. You know, about an inch difference. The handle's bigger, and the handle's made so you could withdraw. You could withdraw in combat situations better. Like if you're stabbing into something, you had to withdraw the knife. It also could be used as a attitude adjuster. But this one's meant to be, you know, this one's lighter weight. It's meant to be used, you know, as a real utility knife. I think if I was actually, you know, in the field as a soldier, carrying about, and you had to carry, you know, your weapon pack and everything else like that too. I think I would rather carry this one than this one. Why? Because this one weighs a ton, and this one doesn't weigh a ton. And it's got 3V steel, just like this one has 3V steel. And SRKs are known to be really tough, a really tough knife. They've been around forever. You know, the SEALs use them, Navy SEALs. So, you know, these are excellent knives, no doubt. This one even feels lighter to me. It feels lighter than this one. This one feels about the same as this one. They feel the same. These are awesome knives too, the Recons. All right, people. Let's close it out. Let's close it out. Now, next video I do with my SRKs, we're going to be doing some wood crafting with them. Like I said, this one's not going to be included. That's my collector SRK. I'm not going to do any wood crafting with that one. I don't plan on buying any more. I bought these to use. These are users. They're still making these, and I don't know. I just think about hollow ground steel, especially like, you know, like a VG10 hollow ground steel. You know, I know the outer cores are 420J, which is a super tough Japanese stainless steel. But the inner core is VG10. VG10 is known for, you know, not being a super strong steel as far as like being able to handle torque and torsion and things like that without snapping or cracking. So I wouldn't use this knife for batoning. I'd make feather sticks with it. You know, I'd do that kind of stuff like that, you know, or make a tent stake or something like that. But I wouldn't use it for chopping, and I wouldn't use it but I wouldn't pound on it with a heavy piece of wood or anything, and use it for batoning either. I don't think it would snap or anything. That's not what I'm worried about, because I know the 420J can handle the batoning. I'd worry about the hollow, the thin, because this is a pretty deep hollow. It's a pretty good hollow. It's not a shallow hollow. It's a pretty good hollow. And I know most of this is not protected by the 420J. Most of this is the VG10. And so you can see the line where the VG10 comes up to right here. So that means all of this is like probably only like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 millimeters or something like that. Probably a little bit. I don't know how thick the inner core is. If it's 5 millimeters, you know, most likely the inner core is probably 1 millimeter maybe. So I think that's too thin to be trying to put a lot of torque or, you know, torsional stress on it. You know, especially for a steel like VG10. VG10 is good for holding an edge. You know, it's a stainless steel that's known for holding an edge, and it's used for culinary. A lot of times for culinary steels in Japan and stuff like that. And VG stands for very good. And so it's like some of the best steel that comes from Japan. Just like, you know, some of the best steel that we have is the CTS and CPM. You know, that have those nomenclatures in front of the steel. But it's a very good steel. You know, especially for stainless steel. It's not you can't compare it, you know, with like the modern powdered steels. You know, that's a different level of steel, because, you know, still you're talking about ingot steel here. But they're very good steels. And they hold an edge for a long time, and they will handle a lot of different cutting chores and stuff like that. And as far as like the value for $1, you know, sometimes it's better to go with you know, if you want a little bit tougher, it's something that's a little bit tougher. It's something that's ground this thin at the edge if it's not tempered right, it's really not going to be super tough. Whereas something like this, which I know, cold steel, tends to temper their stuff right, it's going to be super tough because it's thicker behind the edge. But it won't be a great slicer like this one, though. This one will be better for doing a lot of, things like cleaning animals and things like that. But when it comes to doing like wood processing or heavy chores, I'd rather have this one all day long. I'd rather have this one as a survival knife as my only choice over this one. Or this one too. And the reason why over this one is because I just rather have 3V steel over the over the SR with SK5 steel. SK5 steel is great steel, but 3V steel is like, it's a new powdered steel. It is what it is. And I think for $99, I think this is a great deal. I'm very happy with that. For both of these, I got both of these for less than $130. Both of these two knives right here. These are going to be outdoors knives. These are going to be wood crafting knives. That's what I got these for. And I will probably just retire these and let these just stay in my packs, and I'll keep these in my drawer where I can take them and go wood crafting and do stuff like that all the time. Keep them more portable. But that's what I got these for, people. This is going to get the finish all beaten off of it. Almost cut myself right there. That blade is super sharp. Let's just do a paper test. This SK5 feels super sharp. Heel to toe. Okay. 3V. All right. I think I can get these a little bit sharper. That's super sharp. This one feels sharper than this one. The 3Vs feel sharper than the SK5, but they both feel sharp, people. They're not dull. I think I could, I'm gonna try stropping them. But that's all I'm gonna do to them. I'm not gonna put them on the work sharp or anything like that, or take a stone to them or anything. I'm just gonna strop them. And so the next time you see them, it will have been stropped, but that's it. They won't have any other thing done to them. They both feel like they got some burrs on them or whatever, like I could strop them and the edge is gonna be perfect. I'll show you what the next video, what they're like after they've been stropped. All right, people, well, that's it for this one. Peace out. Stiletto.